CLG. Dhokla, of course, the new big addition to this team, going up against Philip, who was, promoted from Academy for FlyQuest there. Top lane matchup should be big. And regardless of Hex Flash being disabled, the Poppy priority has remained supremely high throughout the LCS. Contractz had an amazing game on this champion previously, and they lock it in first pick again.
And even yesterday, Contractz had an amazing game on Wukong, and Wukong's one of those champions that Poppy can do a good job of shutting down, like stopping him from being able to find the engages he wants by being able to block those dashes. Honestly, Poppy's just at the top of the table in the jungle tier list right now, and it ain't changing anytime soon. Over on the other side, though, you want to talk about tops of tier lists? Sivir has been rising and soaring to popularity as an AD carry ever since the changes, so that one's going to be locked in first and foremost for Fly.
Yeah, and as far as the FlyQuest lore goes, Jose always hovers this brand. I'm waiting for the day, because he kept it as a pocket pick for jungle brand for so long in Latin America. I'm waiting for the day that he brings it to the LCS.
Maybe one day.
Burn it all down. But today will not be that day. It's the Trundle, the most common matchup here into Poppy. We go over it every single time, but you can ult the Poppy, you bite the Poppy, steal the AD. You're 1 versus 1.
Ult the Poppy, bite the Poppy, smack the Poppy. There's so many things.
There's three steps to success from Captain Flowers. Ult the Poppy, bite the Poppy, smack the club.
You just gotta trust the process. Over on the other side.
This is what I mentioned though with the Jax ban. You can see it early on in the second ban, Jax ban there. That makes you already start thinking Gwen, and there she is.
Well, we're gonna get Gwen, we're gonna get Azir. So the top half of the map locked in here in the first half of the draft for CLG. We will need to see their bottom laner. We will need to see their support in the second half. Does FlyQuest want to go for a solo laner here? Or do they want to get their support? Looks like we're going to get that solo lane action. So Fiora versus Gwen in top lane.
I have seen this attempted yesterday. I saw this attempted yesterday, and solo was the Fiora, and
yeah, that didn't work out so hot, huh?
Impact was the Gwen, and Evil Geniuses, to be fair, it was mostly because they correctly timed and ganked the top lane over and over.
5-minute game.
And got the Gwen ahead. So we'll see if CLG can give similar attention to this matchup, because Gwen Fiora is definitely a tiltable matchup. Skill-based for sure, heavily influenced by these jungle and support rooms.
All right, second half of the band's rolling in now, though, as FlyQuest looking towards those AD carries.
I like
They're
that
gonna ban out the Misfortune. We got Ahri banned out by CLG. Want to remove that one. We constantly see that as a pick into Azir if you're looking to have a little bit more playmaking, a little bit more early presence compared to the hyper-scaling of the Chicken King. And what's FlyQuest going to do here? Do they want to target AD carry again? Are they looking to maybe hit another one from the support pool? 3 out of 4 of their bans thus far have been marksmen, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them keep trimming that pool down, and there it is. Lucian banned away.
All right, they're going to deny the Lucian. I was going to say, maybe the Aphelios then rises in priority here for Luger and Poome. We shall see. Aphelios Lulu would definitely round out that 5-on-5 for CLG. They're targeting mid lane protection bans for the Azir, though. One of the reasons Azir is so popular now is you're not really that scared of a lot of these long-range poke counters that really do counter the kit for Azir. We have not seen a Vel'Koz. We have not seen a Xerath mid. I have been hoping and wishing and trying to will them into existence as far as mid lane counters, but
you gotta focus up.
I need to draw in a bigger spirit bomb.
This is not working well.
I really hope that one day we do get to see something like that, but until then, this is kind of the halfway there. The long range, the poke. That is the key tenet that you're looking for when you're picking into Azir. Try and poke this champion out. Doesn't have sustain, so Zoe can get there. It's not as abusive or as cool as the Vel'Koz or Xerath, but we'll take it.
She can't fire them straight through the minion waves and just go with the full artillery mode type thing, but she can still hit some big damage from downtown.
Not the Aphelios Lulu.
Twitch Lulu.
Twitch Lulu.
Let's go.
That is insta-lock too. Twitch is very good into the Sivir, and combined with the Lulu, like we said, this is a massive, massive team fight here from CLG later into the game, especially. Definitely some good scaling here on both sides, but CLG, theirs feels very solid. I would say Philip could be the star of FlyQuest this time around. And leave it to the youngest guy on the roster with the Fiora counter pick there into Gwen to be the possibility of a snowball of the star here. If they could get him fed early on the Fiora, get that split pushing advantage, that would be huge, huge, huge.
So one of the things that's immediately jumping out to me here, Kobe, especially with the Aphromoo Leona locked in as the final pick for FlyQuest, all the engage there. CLG has a lot of good tools if you engage on them, like Azir can throw you back with his ultimate. You've got Lulu for defensive power. You got Poppy that's able to stop people and sort of break up that engage. But CLG's actual engage potential is very low.
Yep, them being the ones to go for the aggressive play is going to be hard. So when you see a team like that with low engage on their own roster, it means you need to get to the objectives first. You set up there. You can use the vision kind of as your pseudo engage. And then, you know, Gwen flanks, Poppy flanks, and Azir sweeping in. Palafox did have a huge 1v9 Azir game versus team.
Somebody out, it's easy to hit the solar flare from the Leona and go for that hard engage. CLG looked good, taking down C9 yesterday that they were tied with in the standings. FlyQuest slipping a little bit lower, but they love to come back here. Alrighty, and before we get into the action here, Dhokla's got some words on expectations for his team. Let's check it out.
Yeah, I feel like we are good, but at the same time, we've lost in like pretty bad fashion as well, especially against EG. So, I think that's just we're not like a top 2 team, right? So it's like, but I think we're definitely doing much better than what people expected of us. And, I'm still happy about that. And I think we can definitely just get a lot better. So I think we're at a really good spot right now and looking forward to just keep improving, keep proving people wrong. And I hope they believe us when we're actually a good team.
Not a top 2 team, but you are a top 3 team, my friend. And that is well above where people expected you to be. Jose does see them place the very common Raptor ward.
Yep.
So a lot of the times, the information that you have about the information your opponents are getting is sometimes even more useful. Toucouille, with the sweeper on Zoe, comes in, sweeps it out, and both solo laners got it. So you know what that means. Solo laners can get level 2 off of just the experience of the first wave. Doesn't mean a tremendous amount for the Zoe versus Azir matchup, but it could for the Fiora matchup. You know, right. Fiora, Philip up there can get level 2 off of the first wave, and Dhokla is going to have to give up priority on that wave. Fiora already at the level 1 has a big advantage because playing Grasp, you can go in for those lunges. Meanwhile, the Gwen level 1, kind of hard to stack up your Conqueror and gonna have to give that push over to the Fiora.
Right, Conqueror feels better as the game goes on. It's gonna be the better late game rune, but Grasp just has that snappy trading in lane to guarantee you that early control. You can see on your 3-lane view right here, Palafox is going to be the first one to get the wave fully shoved up, have control over that there in mid lane, as Philip's got control top side, and the wave is also being pushed in bottom by FlyQuest.
Yeah, definitely all the early stages here playing out as expected. Philip, as you say, with control, and both junglers pushing away from top lane, so yep. Philip knows, can play aggressively up here, get the wave all the way into the tower here against Dhokla, so Philip should be able to get off his early recall, no problem, and walk right back through to the lane, see what he can do if he can get a nice little purchase off. Meanwhile, they do see Trundle positioning here towards the bottom river, so Palafox should know. Double wards on Jose. Contractz knows as well, so he gets off his red buff, doesn't want to fall victim to the invade.
Yep, just does not want to risk anything there. He knows that his own mid laner is not in any sort of position to come back him up. About 150 HP left, healing up a little bit of that, but Palafox needs to go back. Yes, he has teleport to return to lane, but he does not have lost chapter money. He simply can't do it at 3 minutes into the game, so the back not going to be what he would hope for. Just a Dark Seal on the inventory refillable potion there to at least have a little bit more sustain once he returns, and he's back into lane. Toucouille now resetting, doing the same thing, coming back with a similar buy, Dark Seal, but corrupting potion on the Zoe there. As bottom side, it's Luger and Poome getting the wave shoved back out down here after they got pushed in early.
I do want to point out the small things, the positioning in lane there from Luger and Poome. They know Johnsun activate the W, so there's no reason for them to push up. Trundle was waiting in that brush in the river. Luger does not walk up the wave. He knows it's going to push right back to me. No reason to overextend, so CLG avoid the Trundle possibility of a gank, and that means there's, you know, maybe 10 seconds ahead for Contractz in the jungle. Poppy, level 4, gonna use those 10 seconds to come into lane for a possible counter gank here. I don't think they're going to be able to force a dive or anything. He's just waiting around for an aggressive move, and there it is. Aggressive.
Jumped on, and now Aphromoo gets away. Flash out to make sure that he stays alive.
Such a good flash from Aphro because Contractz just flashed on Poppy. If you don't answer that flash with Leona, that charge takes you into the wall.
Yep.
So good flash from Aphro. He redirects it and makes the charge from Poppy instead of stunning him into the wall, take him into the turret, and they just back out. So flash for flash trade, pretty much even there. Well done by Aphro to evade the gank.
And I like seeing this violence around the bottom lane, man, because both these AD carries, incredible AoE teamfight potential as this game goes on. Twitch and Sivir can both delete the entirety of the enemy team if they're allowed to free fire.
Yeah, exactly. The only difference is the timeline on when they get to start deleting people. Sivir, definitely big on crit scaling. Twitch on just Blade of the Ruin King is when I get excited.
Oh, yeah.
See that little rat running around the map. Hiding and looking for those ambush plays. Contractz, though, back up to the top side here. Philip down to 50%.
Okay, so they got a nice HP advantage in the lane state. JoseDeodo clearing out those Krugs, though, and considering this turret, it'll be able to protect anything. CLG knows there's not a dive to be had here with Jose sitting right there, so they're going to back away as toucouille gets aggro on Palafox here in the mid lane. Sleepy Trouble Bubble. Paddlestar follows it up. Easy 1-2 punch there.
The Zoe headlock puts you to sleep.
It's the sleeper hold.
I just imagined Zoe sleeper hold instead of the Sleepy Trouble bubble. Maybe we'll have to work out some different animations, different skin for that. Meanwhile, bottom
I don't know
lane,
if Zoe could make it in the WWE, dude.
Yeah. The smallest sleeper hold ever. Palafox, though, level 6 now acquired as well for the Azir, has the self-peel. Both of them.
Going in. Shuffle
self-peel.
toucouille backwards. Contractz coming in looking to make this one happen before JoseDeodo is able to turn it around, but Palafox is in danger. Home run, baby. Baseball back to the dome. First blood for Jose.
Jose gets the kill. It's not a defensive Azir ult. They go for the offensive one. Can't get him. Jose going to chase Contractz out of his own jungle now, too.
Yeah, Poppy ain't winning that 1v1. Jose doesn't even care about the chickens. He just wants to beat Poppy upside the head with that bat.
All right, he cares a little bit about the chickens. That's the residual prize here. Let's see about the beatdown. Lollipop versus baseball bat.
Smite is up for Trundle, but not for Poppy, so this is easy secure there for Jose. Gets that one. Meanwhile, back in bottom lane, 2v2. Poome at under half HP, but Johnsun's the one taking the brunt of the damage from CLG's hit back.
All right, FlyQuest out to a little bit of a cushy lead here. Contractz running through the ward. He knows Aphro has no flash, but the distance is enough there. Good job from Aphro, again evading the gank.
Just too much, and meanwhile, Jose was able to capture that bottom side scuttle crab there, so he'll pick that one up for their squad. Currently ahead, has the 1 kill in the game, as well as more farm than his opponents, so nice early game jungling state here for Jose. He moves forward. There is flash available on both bottom laners for the side of CLG, so this gank, at most, just looking to grab those sums.
Disappearing championship trophy there for a second. Jose makes a little bit of a visit.
toucouille's doing a really good job hitting these Sleepy Trouble balls on Palafox in lane. I feel like every time we pan towards mid lane, we're just seeing another Sleepy Azir.
Yeah, nice stuff from him so far. And since they both had Dark Seals, toucouille got the assist on this takedown right here. He's got 1 stack on his Dark Seal. So close there from Contractz, trying to get that Poppy shove into the Azir wall.
Yeah.
That actually probably would have been the difference in burst damage if toucouille was a little bit closer on that wall, and they were actually able to get that stun proc. But swing and a miss there for CLG, and Jose was there to punish, so rightfully so, toucouille and Jose at the top of our FTX total gold bracket.
Nice bit of vision from the control ward there of FlyQuest in the top side jungle of CLG that's going to see Contractz walking through there, heading towards the top river.
Yep, and we have the earlier recall. You can look at the map. That's about 15 to 20 seconds earlier recall from the CLG bottom lane. So they guarantee this Riftfield. Yep. Meanwhile, coming from base right now, the Leona and Sivir should be able to just route back down to the bottom side. So nicely picked up here. Good little timing window from CLG. That's what you get from bottom lane priority, Captain Flowers. You get to push the wave first. You get to guarantee your jungler eyeball time.
Got that Herald. FlyQuest might have knew about it, but they couldn't have done a thing. And now Luger. Oh, no, buddy. Oh, no. Johnsun just picks that one up. Easy peasy.
All right, all these plays CLG are trying to make around toucouille. He just lands the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, and they get another kill for FlyQuest. This time, the price is going to be a counter jungle. Philip, though, he's going to be the recipient of a dive.
Oh, Contractz coming in. A nice riposte from Philip. Can he outplay this any further? No. Snip, snip, and he is cut down. CLG finally on the board.
All right, they deny a couple of the minions, but toucouille actually teleports in to get the majority of that wave that will push up to the tower. Meanwhile, Poome dodges out on the Zenith Blade here from Aphromoo, and the sneaky Twitch is coming back.
Okay, Poome at about 200 HP, though. Remember this Lulu, no ulti, still only level 5. As JoseDeodo is down here. That's going to zone away, take some plates.
This level 6 Leona ultimate advantage here is a bit scary, but they don't want to go for the dive, don't want to risk it.
Right.
Send Jose right back out to the river, just grab Scuttle Crab first, and possibly prep for some dragon attention. CLG going to check that dragon just to make sure.
All right, let's take another look at how Luger got caught here. He thought he was being sneaky, but it didn't work out so well.
I think the main thing here to me is zooming out and looking at what the entire map looked like leading up to this. This was off of both bottom lanes recalling, and CLG had not seen where Johnsun and Aphro went after their recall the entire time they're taking the Rift Herald. So that was a bit aggressive, and they got kind of lazy in tracking their opponents there, thinking, oh, you know, we haven't seen them in a while, maybe they don't exist anymore. It's object permanence, Flowers. It's one of the
it's one of those
first things that you learn. Even if you don't see it, it still exists. And the Johnsun Aphromoo double roam. Good job from them staying in Fog of War. You know, you never want to reveal your position if it's not necessary, and they were able to back up toucouille with the bubble.
And now FlyQuest looking at the Drake. They want to grab this one for themselves. No really early priority placed on this from either side, despite the fact that the Drakes have been buffed on 12.14. So it looks like Jose is going to try to take a bite out of this one. You can see FlyQuest rotating over both Johnsun and toucouille to guarantee that it happens. With nobody from CLG rotating over anytime soon, it looks like this is just going to be a free pickup for the side of FlyQuest. Yep. No contest on that. Philip's got Aphromoo behind him up here on the top side, trying to trade into Dhokla a little bit, but he can just back off real easily.
I wonder if Poppy's going to get here for a counter on this support roam, because Contractz is just out to the top side. Aphromoo, he makes the attempt, you know, trailing there to see if there was going to be a dive or Dhokla got super aggressive. Because Dhokla does not expose himself, though, no possibility of the counter gank. And this Gwen on top side still in control of the minion wave.
One of the nice parts about Johnsun being on Sivir, not only does it have that powerful late-game carry potential, but pretty easy for him to clear away a lot of these waves while Aphro roams around and looks to make plays. Yes, he's going to have to concede some farm, but he can still stay in pretty solid shape down here, especially against a Twitch Lulu that doesn't have any way to hard engage on him underneath that turret.
Yeah. All right, I think next big window we'll see in this game is Luger's next recall for the Blade of the Ruined King. And if he decides to go for an aggressive Twitch play. You know, there's two kinds of Twitches, Flowers. The ones that go back to lane.
My Twitch and their Twitch.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the ones that go back to lane and push the minions, and the ones that go hunting for those plays. CLG, I feel like they are the type to go hunting. Contractz up to the top side, gonna further feed this Gwen. I do like this. Trying to put more money into Dhokla has been successful for CLG in the past. Jose is here, though.
Jose is ready to go. Trundle versus Poppy. Trundle's going to win that 1v1 pretty much every time, so Contractz walks away from it. Meanwhile, FlyQuest putting more bodies here in the topside river. Jose gets the Scuttle Crab there. As Palafox moves in, he finds a double shuffle. They just found themselves some money. JoseDeodo trying to survive here as Aphromoo flashes over the wall. FlyQuest survives, seeing what they can maybe find in retaliation here. CLG went for the play, but not quite enough damage to get either target.
And the big thing, Flowers, though, even though they don't kill Aphromoo there, they don't have the burst damage. Well, toucouille on Dhokla, dodge here on the bubble should mean he's fine. The big thing is, look at that mini-map. That mini-map means Twitch gets free turret plates on bottom side.
Oh, baby.
Working away. Look at all this money Luger just got off of that top side play there. CLG...
That's Bork money. He's got that Blade of the Ruined King.
It's Borkin time, baby. CLG, they go for the 3 versus 4 outnumbered play. They failed to burst down Aphro just because of that stopwatch. Good stopwatch from Aphromoo, but it does mean CLG working their way back into this, and they're back up now plus 550 gold.
There's actually something kind of like cathartic about seeing Gwen use her 200 years power to defeat Zoe's 200 years power and immune the bubble. That was nice. I enjoyed that.
Counterplay is something that is essential to design.
The FTX total gold on the left side of your screen. It's Luger dominating the tables here. Has the completed Blade of the Ruined King. Has the completed Tier 2 boots. Twitch is in a good spot to have a solid impact here.
Looking
if
for
we get
Zoe.
to see a fight, let's see. All right, Luger's going to find toucouille up here.
Flash.
Forces out the flash.
Whoa!
Underneath the turret, but toucouille's stopwatch will be the only thing that prevents the death there.
I can see it now on the CLG subreddit. Delete stopwatch now! These stopwatches are just blocking CLG play after CLG play. Another survival here off of stopwatch for FlyQuest.
Alrighty, FlyQuest and CLG having a nice back and forth here in the early game. Nobody getting too far ahead. CLG with a very modest gold lead right now. 90 seconds until our next Drake spawns. Hextech Drake means we're not going to get that as the soul, but it's a very powerful individual Drake on its own now. 9 attack speed, 9 ability haste.
Yeah.
As Palafox going towards
danger.
Johnsun here in the mid lane, but now he's got to be careful. Johnsun may be able to look to turn this one around. Aphromoo on the side, keeping Contractz away. Johnsun doesn't have the health or mana to continue making this fight go further, as CLG will back away too.
Aggressive posturing there from Palafox, and good kind of blocking from Contractz. The bodyguard here in front ejects JoseDeodo, allows Palafox to walk out instead of having to use a flash or something there on the Azir. Takes a decent chunk of damage, but Luger and Poome just going to take over control of the mid wave. They'll push it out for him as he goes back to base.
Jose walking up, seeing if there's anything. Nope, just going to be able to zone him away from this wave so toucouille can clear it out. Goes for the trouble bubble there with the extra flash that he had, but doesn't result in a whole lot of anything. Meanwhile, down here in bottom lane, the Fiora versus Gwen matchup, still honestly pretty even between these two.
Yeah, Philip got to hit the break point he's looking for. Divine Sunder, finally. You get that Sheen proc. So we were talking earlier about the combat pattern of Grass versus Conqueror.
Yep.
Now that he's got a Sheen item as well with the Divine Sunder finished.
Just plays into it that much more, right?
Exactly. Those quick trades, just trying to go in. You see the vital point towards you, you go in. Q, easy decision tree there.
Yep, Gwen wants to stack Conqueror, stack Riftmaker. Your job is to prevent the stack attack. Make it as fast and clean as possible.
Attack. I like that.
Don't want anything to do with that, as the Rift Herald goes over to the side of FlyQuest here for its second spawn.
And these
it's immediately dropped.
Yeah, these secondary ones, they are definitely powerful now. I think the priority should go up on these on 12, 14. Because, like you can see here, with 4 people, they basically guarantee a tower kill.
Yeah.
They also give you 200 extra gold when you take it, so nicely done here from FlyQuest, and they're looking for a bit more.
They want to make sure they get this second charge. Remember, those tier 2 turrets do not regenerate, so that's 2/3 of the HP guaranteed right there.
Yeah, and they force the flash out of the Poppy as well. Plus, Philip getting the trade on bottom side. It is going to be traded for the top side tower. Azir there, you see Palafox also getting solo gold in the split. Does mean that they're also going to probably give up territory on this dragon, though. Palafox has no teleport, so it'd be difficult for CLG to fish for their play. Actually, the double recalls, both solo laners from FlyQuest missing the timer here. So Dhokla sweeps in. CLG keeping it leashed here. 5,000 health on the dragon. Contract's coming over. Jose's watching, though.
Jose is still keeping an eye on it. Steps forward, sees about 3,000 HP. CLG would
Luger.
rather not have a smite fight, so they'll just yeet the Trundle away. Easy secure.
Ejected from the club.
Thrown out by the bounce.
The Dragon Club. Game of Thrones club there. Palafox going to clean up the rest of the minions towards mid as well and continue to eat up on this Azir. So Twitch and Azir, as well as Gwen, all very, very strong scaling threats here. As the map opens up and these towers go down, a lot more room to work with in looking for some of these picks, though. So I want to see if either of these AD carries, honestly, can find themselves a pick. Either Sivir boosting up Aphromoo with the Sivir ultimate for speed and then Leona ult, or the Twitch surprise ambush.
Right.
Hoping for some big ones.
Pop out somewhere where he's not expected. Down here in bottom lane, it just remains the 1v1 for now, but you can see Luger and Poome coming up. They want to try to force down this turret, just strong arm this. They've got about half a wave left here. Philip cannot stick around and try to defend it. He issues the grand challenge onto Luger, but CLG don't really care about
Challenge
that.
denied.
Challenge, no thanks. We're going to refuse that one and just take the turret.
Just got hit in the face with the glove, and it's like,
Nah.
no, all right, I'm not falling for that. CLG do push down the tower, though. Let's see about the top side of the map is getting answered as Contractz rotates over. hovering up there around the Zoe, but now they caught sight of Jose, so they give up a bit of that priority. Teleport there. Can they catch? Toucouille's flash is back up, though, so he actually doesn't feel scared at all.
Yeah, CLG is just turning back towards Jose and Johnsun. Now Aphromoo rotating up here as well. Jose going in. He's going to subjugate Poppy immediately, and the fight breaks out. Contractz walking away. Dhokla here on the front line, but Gwen is immune for the time being. Trying to get the sniff on multiple targets. Dhokla trying to get himself out of the fight now as FlyQuest takes a lot of damage into a lot of health bars, and Luger is grabbing himself the first kill. Philip now trying to stand and fight in the middle of a 1v3. Riposte is down, but he's in Toucouille's help. They'll make it a 1-for-1 as they lose Contractz for Philip. 2 dead on the side of FlyQuest, 1 on CLG, and CLG are looking to find some more. Poome goes in for the slow, and Palafox has the follow-up. Luger with a little bit of poison over the wall, won't be able to find enough damage to grab anybody just yet. As looks for more, and he finds it. The Emperor picks up the 4th kill of the game, make it the 5th as well. Double kill Palafox.
Palafaker, the demon, will chase you to the ends of the earth, Flowers. Poome flashes for the Glitterland slow. Palafox keeps up the chase, and CLG are on that Baron right at 20 minutes.
You love to see it. FlyQuest now have to deal with the fact that CLG is going to grab themselves this massive objective super early on. They're really trying to stick around long enough to grab this. They know Contractz. Poome has died to the minion. Contractz shows up now. He's made his way into the pit. They secure it, but FlyQuest is coming in looking to punish. Palafox gets over the wall. Dhokla's at 100 HP. Luger's got about 350. Dhokla running into the enemy jungle. Luger running into the bushes.
It's a scramble, baby. Every man for themselves. Dhokla's going into the tower, and Luger is going to the fountain.
Okay, double kill back for Toucouille. So it was not a clean Baron for CLG. Losing their jungler was one of the issues. Let's listen in on the comms for the replay.
Only Zoe. Oh, she's dead.
Don't take this time. You guys can wait for me to be in range too. Maybe get vision here. Any blue? Blue. Wait for me.
Okay, we need someone to tank then. I'm gonna die.
I'm almost here.
Maybe? Oh,
It's like
bad.
I'm going to stay.
Luger tank. I'll die for it. Okay, get out. Fast. TP.
I'm out. Run.
I'm fine.
Yeah, just try to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, try and get out.
Fast.
Run. I really like the resigned Dhokla. I'll die for it.
Hey, somebody's got to, man, all right?
No problem.
Somebody's got to play that role.
And he did indeed die for it. So FlyQuest end up picking up 3 kills for the payment of the Baron. That's why we only have a plus 500 gold so far on this Baron power play for CLG. We'll see if they're able to push out. Probably have enough juice to be able to take down at least this mid-outer tower.
Yep.
But FlyQuest, off of that gold from the kills, looking for more.
JoseDeodo going in, taking a chomp out of Contractz, but he's not too worried about it. CLG have 25 seconds until the Drake spawns. They have a minute and a half left on their Baron. Palafox going to find some damage over the wall there onto Jose as Philip is pushing out the bottom lane. Dhokla doing the same on top side.
Yeah, interesting. We've got only 13 seconds left on this dragon, and Dhokla does not have teleport. So FlyQuest with a 5v4.
Oh, let's see where it goes, though. Philip's already coming in on the side. Luger is under pressure, and Poome is already down. Contractz wants to get away, but they're still chasing. Toucouille jumps over the wall, but he has to jump right back. CLG are scared off, and FlyQuest win a fight that earns them a Drake.
Good flank there from Philip. FlyQuest utilizing their 5v4 advantage to get the kill plus the dragon. It does cost them a turret for split pushing Dhokla there, and Palafox trying to sneak in and get the mid turret as well.
Alrighty, looks like that turret is going to fall in mid. Luger was hanging around the area but does not want to risk anything. Second Drake for the side of FlyQuest. Third Drake overall here in the game, score 2-1.
This is a tight one, Flowers. FlyQuest there getting the extra kill, getting the dragon up to number 2, but CLG taking down 2 turrets, although I think Palafox had to run away so quickly, did not get local gold for the mid tower. We didn't have the camera exactly on it, but that is a decent little chunk there as well. Let's see about getting right back out. This is now 2 item power spikes for both AD carries.
Yeah.
Little bit of extra lead there for Johnsun with the pickaxe lead. So Sivir really starting to scale now. And once he can upgrade that and fully build out the Infinity Edge, then FlyQuest will have their AoE damage for these team fights.
And there's one tanky target on the side of CLG, and that is Poppy. That is Contractz, right? And that is the dream scenario for Trundle, because your job's already done for you. You already know who you need to ult every single fight and what the best way to play that is. Yeah. Trundle loves a composition with one strong enemy tank because it can beef up his own stats so well. As Dhokla and Philip gonna find one another here in the jungle, and Big Dokes is ready to take it to the FlyQuest top laner, who immediately has to retreat.
This is interesting too because CLG were spread, so CLG are pushing both lanes right now. The minions on top, Palafox on bottom. They're playing the map while Dhokla gets a health advantage in the 1v1, allowing them an extra 30 seconds to work with. Every minion wave, an extra 30 seconds to move on the map. Gives you that pseudo vision of the minions moving up themselves. And just gives you the option for another turn. Contractz trying to watch for Palafox, but he's caught.
Contractz getting caught by Jose. He finds the ulti knockup and is able to get himself out with that steadfast presence movement speed bonus. But while FlyQuest put all these players on the bottom side, Dhokla's pushing top.
And that right there is just so clear why pro players take phase rush all the time on so many of these melee junglers.
Yup.
Because phase rush allows you in opportunities like that to get out, actually escape with your life, rather than always looking for the offensive.
Yeah, it's the difference in, you know, a rune like Conqueror. If you're already an extended duelist, it just makes you better at the job you already do, whereas Phase Rush enables things that are otherwise not possible. Just a bit of a difference in philosophy for what you want to get out of your keystone slot there. But hey, this time around, it keeps the little Yordle alive, and that's what matters for CLG.
I think we will see probably this game hinging on if the Zoe bubbles hits. I mean, FlyQuest do have good follow-up. They've got a Leona long-range ultimate, so if toucouille can find some Zoe bubbles here onto CLG and look for the pick for themselves, they'll have a really good chance of playing off a numbers advantage. But if they are unable to find those, Palafox is so strong on the Azir now. He's almost level 16. He's got 7 stacks Dark Seal. He could actually upgrade that into a Medjai's and have it be worth it at the moment with the safety of a Banshee's Veil himself. That Azir is definitely not to be trifled with. Another flank coming here from Philip, though. FlyQuest looking for another 4v5 start.
Well, CLG is ready to start the fight themselves. Contract's going to go to sleep there from the bubble. It's not a target they really want to go after. JoseDeodo already using the subjugate. So they're just sort of waiting on that to wear off for the side of CLG. They're backing away now. FlyQuest staying together here in the mid lane, but Philip going back bottom to answer Dhokla. Remember when they 1v1 there in the jungle, it was Dhokla winning that handedly.
Yep, and that was another one of those 36-second windows we talk about. Philip pushed up the minion wave on bottom, so he gets a chance to go look for a play, hovers for the flank on mid, and as you said, even though the bubble hits, it's on the least likely target for FlyQuest to dive in on. And Contractz heals right back up off that crap.
Especially because you look at Zoe's build. It's Sorcerer's Shoes, Shadow Flame, Ludens. That's an incredible amount of flat spell penetration, which is great if your opponent has a lower overall value. Not so great against a tank. Kind of need Void Staff there. So, you know, Poppy sitting on top of her natural tankiness from the W, on top of the Turbo Kim tank, on top of the Negatron Cloak. Those paddle stars aren't much of a paddle.
Well, we get another chance here. 50 seconds on the arrival of Ocean Dragon. Would be number 3 for FlyQuest. Jose gets jumped on a little bit. Just some chip damage here.
Not too worried about it. That Drake, though, I'm sure both teams are going to have sights on that one, as Aphromoo is right there in front. Luger pops out, shoots him a couple of times, not a big deal. Jose at 1/3 HP and just barely still doesn't have his ulti ready to go. He cannot participate in a fight other than throwing out a pillar right now, as they summon up an Azir turret here in mid to have a little bit of a forward operating base.
And I do have to say, the support item activations are pretty decent here. The battle song attempt there from Lulu, you usually try and you know, whimsy, speed them up, plus battle song, look for the pick. If you go into the fight right after that and you don't get your pick, the locket activation is such a big team fight turner advantage there. So FlyQuest, that extra shield could mean a lot. Not going to be the case, though. CLG just pick up the dragon with Dhokla soloing it, no problem. The rest of CLG just back off.
Well, they want to, but the Trundle Pillar's looking to stop that right now. They interrupt the channel on the ulti, and now Contractz could be in trouble. He goes to sleep, and he takes a dirt nap. Johnsun grabs a killing spree, and FlyQuest are 5v4 on the map now for the next 35 seconds, and that's the enemy jungler who died. FlyQuest moving up now to pressure the Baron as they see CLG has taken the Drake.
Yeah, at the very least, FlyQuest will be able to clear out all this vision. CLG can poke around here and try to stop them. There is a Scryer's Bloom plant right here for the vision, guaranteed. FlyQuest probably should have popped that one themselves. Here comes CLG.
All right, FlyQuest is in the pit. JoseDeodo's at 1/3 HP. Jose's got to be careful here. Dhokla coming in. Jose under fire as it looks like they're going to lose Aphromoo potentially too. It's Jose gone first, and CLG's looking to strike. Aphro dies second as Philip wants to fight back, and Dhokla barely stays alive. Luger's coming in from the side. Rat-a-tat-tat, fire the gat. Luger's ready to go, and he's found the shutdown on Johnsun. Toucouille heads for the hills, but those hills have eyes, and the eyes see you. That is it. Double kill plus the ace for CLG.
Every member of FlyQuest put in the dirt. Luger starts it out on the top side while Dhokla goes for the engage with Palafox backing him up on the left side, and CLG will get the Baron again.
Let's look into another comms replay, see how it went down.
They have double smite, guys. They have double smite. We actually need to...
I look down the puck.
Yeah.
I look kind of poke.
Okay, I can look here.
Yeah.
Slow.
Yeah.
Trundle no flash.
No flash.
Trundle,
Leona's one in the pit. Trundle's dead.
Trundle dead, Trundle
Leona
dead.
1 HP.
Down on flash.
Yeah. Leona's dead,
Fiora,
Leona's
guys,
dead.
Fiora.
I'm looking.
Fiora.
I'm hitting Sivir. We win. Yeah.
Zoe has one flash.
Okay.
You guys
just
can-
try.
I will chase.
Do whatever you need to do.
Yeah. I believe. Sivir.
I believe. The faith is there. CLG with Baron number 2 picked up. And we are well on our way towards the infinity edge of the Twitch now as well. Sivir with the 3-item power spike, but we're almost to 4 here for Luger after that one. He picked up so many kills. He finishes the Hurricane and gets the BF sword here for his infinity edge. That Twitch is rich.
This is a scary place to be for FlyQuest, down 5,000 gold against an Azir and a Twitch. They're each on 3.5 items. The Poppy's plenty tanky enough in the front line. Gwen is winning in the side lane 1v1. What's the call? What do you do in this situation, my friend?
You got to look for a big pick, Flowers. Try and find them separated. CLG together are too strong. And so they're doing just that from the side of FlyQuest. Split push here for Fiora, trying to just split the map. The rest of the team's just going to buy as much time as they can. Sivir attempting wave clear. It's very difficult into the Baron, though, because Baron reduces that AoE so much. Palafox goes for the big sweep.
Oh, Palafox doesn't want to let him play a slow game, but Palafox is already dead. But he's going to be traded away for 2 as Jose and Aphromoo both fall. Contractz yeets him back on out of there. They're going to be able to take the tier 2, but Philip is winning the race. He's inside the base of CLG, cracking through the top lane inhibitor.
CLG, though, they're going to get 2 inhibitor turrets down. See if they stick around for the actual inhibitors themselves. Dhokla recalling with the Baron empowered recall. He'll get back in time to at least chase Philip out of the base off the Nexus turrets. It is 2 inhibitor turrets almost taken. The bottom one still a little bit of life left there. So CLG, yeah, they get an inhibitor turret in mid, but no inhibitor itself. And FlyQuest get the actual inhibitor kill there for Philip. Pretty big stuff for the counterpunch from FlyQuest.
Honestly, considering the state of the game and all that stuff that I was talking about that CLG was sitting on that made him so scary, it couldn't have gone much better for FlyQuest there, I don't think.
Yeah, nice commitment to the split push there. Philip with the hull breaker. Fiora takes out that inhibitor very quickly. CLG, they did a lot of damage to the bottom inhibitor turret as well, but those things will regenerate up to 33%, the closest 33% that they are getting to. So 1/3 of the HP of that bottom inhibitor tower will remain. And of course, they don't get any super minions themselves. So Big Doke's up here. Pushing into the super minions, not a really big problem though. Oftentimes, especially late game here, if one inhibitor is down, it's fairly easy to defend and clear out if you're the team that has the gold lead. Because you've got the items to easily push on it, and you can kind of counteract that extra pressure.
CLG pushing up with 4 here in mid lane. They got Dhokla up in top side. They know that Philip is afraid of him in that 1v1. If Philip's just got to push against an empty lane, take out some turrets, take out some minions, yeah, he's fine. Dhokla's an entirely different story. 20 seconds on our next Drake, and both teams are tied 2-2 in that count. With CLG's current control over the map, I fully expect them to just take that Drake as a consequence of that, but FlyQuest are moving up.
Yeah, and CLG are being more safe about this one. They actually pull Dhokla down from the top lane. They let Philip push that wave out one more time, that super minion wave, in order to get better positioning for the dragon.
Oh, Luger just unloading onto JoseDeodo, and Contractz slams him into the wall. He stays alive a moment longer, but Luger's got the damage. But CLG went really far in. Are they too far up? Dhokla's gonna be low, but he stays alive with a stasis, and Palafox sweeps CLG looking to make this happen. Yes, they lose Contractz. Yes, they lose Luger, but they take 3, and CLG are looking for more.
Palafox Azir ults Philip off of Dhokla's body there, just as he's about to go down. Palafox, this Azir, the Emperor is commanding them off of the inhibitor. They take it down, and CLG now heading towards that dragon as well. toucouille is on the way. He does not have a smite with his spellbook right now. Ghost and teleport the 2 summoners.
All right, Palafox moving in. He'll be able to shred through this Drake incredibly quickly. Let's take another look at how the fight went down with Jose nearly dying at the very start here.
Yeah, he opens up on Luger, and Luger just returns the favor, all the damage through, but the huge stun turn around there as Aphromoo re-engages on CLG members that were chasing into the base. And then here, Dhokla survives with under 100 HP as Palafox sweeps Philip off of his stopwatch body to save his teammate. And wow, Dragon number 3 picked up there for CLG. 4.5 minutes left on the arrival of the Soul, the possible Soul Dragon. Objective bounties have popped up for FlyQuest. But as we said, that downed inhibitor on top lane for CLG has been managed very easily, very well. Those super minions have not gotten into the base to lay any further destruction. They continually send Dhokla up there. He's extremely rich, feeding up off of those. And then the Twitch and Azir late game. Oh, Contractz though?
Contractz getting chased after here, but I think FlyQuest may have bit off a little more than they can chew. JoseDeodo does not want to go in any further against
Sivir ult. They do not have that Sivir ult move speed to help them reposition now for side of FlyQuest, and Dhokla is pushing in on top lane. Dhokla will be at that turret fairly soon here as the rest of CLG push FlyQuest off the defense.
And Luger is 5 items plus a stopwatch. This Twitch is ready to go, ready to team fight, ready to commit to the DPS, knowing he'll be able to keep himself safe with that aggro drop. Dhokla going all the way in here. Poppy, disengage, throw him away, keep him off of that tier 3 turret. Johnsun trying to get back and stay alive. Luger barely kept around by the power of the wild growth, but how long is it gonna last? Not long enough. toucouille gets the kill, and CLG have lost their marksman. Contractz tries to continue falling back with the rest of the squad. Palafox is the damage, and Dhokla's at 40%. Philip's coming in from the side. He wants to keep this one going, and Contractz is going to be focused down. Philip gets himself back, but Gwen is immune. They still keep running, but FlyQuest keeps chasing. CLG needs to keep disengaging this. JoseDeodo's still coming. Looks like we might have an attempted recall here.
The pillar!
Gonna get caught out. Aphromoo goes in and he finds the stun. TP going out from Dhokla. There's another death. Palafox goes on a killing spree as he dies, but now Poome is trying to escape from Philip, and there's no way out. Nice fight coming out from FlyQuest, but Dhokla's in the enemy base.
Dhokla went to the base to try and take down some inhibitors, but FlyQuest are going to get the Baron Flowers. That is an objective bounty. 500 base extra gold on the neutral objectives, increased by the amount that they are behind. FlyQuest with the comeback kills inside of the base. They chase down CLG, and the reward will be the Baron.
Catching Luger like that was so big for FlyQuest. They were behind such a high amount. They needed to catch one of these valuable carries, and here's the Roccat flip the switch on how they did it.
So bottom of your screen, you see Luger, but guess who's behind him? Aphromoo. Big chunk from toucouille onto the Luger, and so Aphromoo says he's going all in for it. toucouille burns him down, and then the chase for FlyQuest. After taking down the Twitch, the heart of the CLG team fight there, they poke him, continually harrying them with these long skill shots. toucouille from the outside. Philip goes in with the riposte to buy some time while the rest of the members finish up Contractz, and then it's a scramble this time from CLG to try and teleport out of there. As you know, both solo laners tried to use their teleports. Palafox got interrupted by the Trundle pillar. Meanwhile, Dhokla did escape, but mid-inhibitor is the only damage CLG were able to get done. Meanwhile, FlyQuest with the Baron buff trying to push in. Philip
getting jumped on by Contractz and Palafox together. If they can take Philip out here, that's going to relieve a lot of the pressure that FlyQuest has earned for themselves. Riposte is not enough, and CLG have taken out the enemy top laner. They got a 5v4 on the map for the next 60 seconds. So as FlyQuest try to crash the wave mid, but they know they're down a man, and they back away.
Yeah, that's a good pick there for CLG. They put a stop to that Baron push from FlyQuest. No further gains for FlyQuest. 2,000 gold, currently the bonus from that Baron power play. Map has gone very dark though, because we've been just running base to base when you're spending so much time running towards the push.
PvP means no time for vision.
Exactly. And now we've got the dragon. 45-ish seconds left on that one, so a couple more minion waves to push here. toucouille fishing again with this Zoe, level 18. That poke is FlyQuest's opportunity. You see the burst damage.
Yep, just the bubble takes off about a third of Poome's health, so a Battlestar follow-up is lights out. JoseDeodo stepping forward. CLG staying grouped up. They've summoned the Azir turret on the ruins of the FlyQuest Tier 1. FlyQuest has...
They can run straight for the inhibitors, though. CLG actually don't care about the dragon. They can just run straight for the inhibitors.
Okay, but FlyQuest has Philip back on the map, so it will be 5v5. The Azir turret still zoning FlyQuest away for now. CLG just in the base.
You don't need minions to take down inhibitors because there's no backdoor bonus for just inhibitors, so they can just slip in. They get the middle one.
And now they're walking up top, but they realize they don't have the time to take the inhib out itself. They're staying grouped. JoseDeodo at half HP. CLG are hungry for a fight
Gwen
here.
W down,
Luger
though.
still creeping around, still invisible. Philip issuing the grand challenge onto Dhokla, but he's got to be careful. Riposte now going to find Contractz, who has to get away too. Palafox, the Banshee's Veil keeps him safe from the Zenith Blade. CLG really testing the waters here, not afraid to scrap, but FlyQuest meeting them and stopping the push.
Can they actually circle back around, cancel the recall here, make a run for the inhibitor? FlyQuest trying to go for the dragon again. CLG can run for this inhibitor. This will be number 2 top inhibitor. Luger's going to blow that sucker up.
CLG is saying we know FlyQuest is going to go for the Drake. We will trade it away for the inhib top, and CLG get what they came for, but what is the cost? Sleepy Trouble Bubble on Poome. Okay, no follow-up. CLG is able to escort him out of there. Drakes are tied 3-3, 40 minutes into the game, 33 kills on the board.
FlyQuest kind of throwing down the gauntlet here and saying, fine. All right, if you take 2 inhibitors, we can still defend. We've got a Sivir to mow down these minion waves. The real breakpoint here is CLG. Can they reset and push down the final inhibitor? Oh, they're going to go for the pick instead. Philip's got to run.
Philip honestly doesn't even take that much damage. He's not too scared of it. Sleepy Trouble Bubble comes out, but Dhokla does not get hit by that one. Aphromoo here, but they won't be able to move in time for a true pincer attack. FlyQuest control over the topside river, but there's no Baron for 2 minutes. There's no Drake for 4 minutes. There's no real neutral objectives to fight over at all right now.
Exactly. That was the calculation of FlyQuest saying, okay, we will be able to defend the next couple of minutes of these super minions being down. The real pressure does come when you get all 3. That's when every lane spawns multiple super minions and they all buff each other up. Getting 3 down is overwhelming pressure, but until then, FlyQuest with a lot of wave clear, honestly. This is full item Sivir almost. The last Zeal needing to be upgraded there. But that AoE is no joke. So as long as FlyQuest try and stay in their base, they've got hopes for clearing it out, hopes for defending. CLG, it's very clear, Flowers. There's 1 inhibitor left. You need to go bottom. You need to get this last one. If you can finish off that objective, then that is the final bit of pressure.
With this coming down to what's going to be a big, monumental fight, we need to take stock of all the things that can change that fight. Hourglass up for both solo laners of CLG, Guardian Angel up for Luger. There is also a Mikhail's Crucible on Poome to be able to save anybody that needs it. Over on the other side, tick, 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 tick. What's that? It's the sound of an overpowered item, Kobe. We got stopwatches all over the place here. We got Fiora and Trundle both with those. We've also got Zoe sitting on 10 stacks of the book for some extra AP. No Guardian Angel on Johnsun, though. If he gets caught and he dies, game over. Luger gets a second chance if it happens the other way around.
All right, here comes the big moment. Super minions pushing up on top side. You see Fiora's trying to deal with them now. Philip trying to get a little bit of a window for the rest of FlyQuest, CLG. Everybody pushing in. Palafox just went back to base. That better have been a big purchase. I want to see what the purchase from Azir was there. Palafox is probably full build now. There it is. He is full build. Everything done. Zhonya's with the death cap. See if this is going to be the difference. Baron arriving in 17 seconds.
And with Azir and Twitch, you can just, and Gwen, you can just burn this so fast if you're CLG. You can probably kill it in 5 seconds.
Look at these possible wards here, though, from FlyQuest. They've got wards all around the back of the Baron. CLG, though, right up the front.
They're willing to fight. Contractz with a stun to the wall, and JoseDeodo, he has to flash away to stay alive as Philip's looking to come in now with a TP, immediately riposting as he arrives, but now he's got to be careful because CLG are ready to punish. toucouille firing back with a little bit of artillery, but Palafox's Banshee's Veil stops it in its tracks.
Oh, the tension rising. Flowers, they send Philip back to base, but he can go to the fountain to heal. He doesn't have teleport this time around, so CLG think that's enough time to rush the Baron. 4 members of FlyQuest. Philip coming out of the base. They want to contest.
They do this so fast. 6 seconds. They started it with 18 on the clock. They finished it at 24. CLG get Baron, and the fight just breaks out. Aphromoo is going to lose half HP, but so will Contractz. Wild growth to keep him alive, and now FlyQuest look for a chance to re-engage. JoseDeodo leads the charge, but Aphromoo is immediately killed. CLG have lost Palafox, and Dhokla's stuck in a stasis. They continue trying to run, but they've lost both solo laners together now, and FlyQuest get a punish again.
There are super minions that will destroy these Nexus turrets, though. That requires attention. 2 super minions isolated on that top Nexus turret will take it. This requires the recalls for FlyQuest Flowers. We get another Baron, but FlyQuest will return to defend.
All right, let's take another look at another comms replay in this crazy game.
I pillar, no flash. I think we got all the sex, all the keep going. Azir, no flash. I chase, I have a stopwatch, keep going. Yeah. Azir, no flash, guys. You guys win. Twitch. I pillar here. Chase. Poppy, no flash, Lulu, no flash. Wait.
The 1-for-2 there. FlyQuest getting the extra kill. Taking down Azir. Sivir, though, doing most of the work. Bouncing through the entire CLG team, and here comes the Dragon Soul.
Oh, baby, no matter what, it is soul time. Let's see who's able to claim it. CLG, they've got the Azir, they've got the Twitch, but man, when Sivir can put down 8,000 damage in a fight, you ain't exactly afraid, huh?
That sucker scales so hard now after that mini rework. Let's see it.
Okay, FlyQuest are going in. Philip gets thrown back over the wall. Contractz looking to disengage somebody if he can, but he's already dead. Toucouille goes unstoppable, but Johnsun goes down. It's a 1-for-1. CLG killed the enemy AD carry, but they don't have a jungler.
Yep, one of these is not like the other. The Sivir is down. The team fight stronger for CLG, but they can't secure.
Oh, but they found Palafox. He's going to be killed instantly. Aphromoo makes it look easy, but now Dhokla's looking to turn it back around. Snip into the back line as Philip tries to fight back, but he's got to run away. JoseDeodo's got 10% HP, and Dhokla has blood in his eye.
Oh, Luger's still up, and that rat is scary. He's going to keep Afro and Trundle out of the pit. That will be Dragon Soul for CLG.
House of the Dragon Soul for CLG. Despite the fact that they lose the jungle, they chat up, and they take the objective.
Where's our dragon-loving fan from yesterday? That guy would be popping off. We got all the dragons in this game.
Full collection.
CLG now with the extra sustain. My goodness, 46 minutes into this game, and the base on both sides have openings. FlyQuest have already taken down the top inhibitor. CLG taking down all the inhibitor towers from FlyQuest base. Here, let's take another look at it, though. So, Contractz, the first one to get focused down, but the whole time, Luger is using that ultimate, melts them, and gets the key kill, taking down Johnsun, taking down Sivir with the range advantage there, and burning the flash. Aphromoo, though, shows the veteranship there, goes in, they assassinate Palafox, but without a Sivir, you don't have the extra carry.
Oh boy, Philip just might die here. He's trying to stay alive. He falls. Sleepy Trouble Bubble.
Oh,
there's the sleep. It's immune by the power of the Zonias, but it's not immune long enough. 1 kill for 1 Guardian Angel.
The stopwatches, the Guardian Angels, the revives, the difference makers in this game.
This is why I wanted to track them.
From the very beginning, Flowers, the FlyQuest stopwatches make the difference. They get the extra kill in this fight, but there's no objectives. This is officially the longest game of Summer Split of the LCS already.
I knew we were going to get a good game with CLG FlyQuest. I didn't know we were going longest game of the split material.
Because these two teams are hungry to climb up the standings. There's been too long with the old guard at the top. Let's see about this, though. FlyQuest knocking at the gates.
FlyQuest, they still have a 5v4 for 15 seconds, but they ain't got no waves. You can't do much if you don't have the waves, but Philip has the wave bottom, and he'll grab the tier 2 at least. Problem is, we're getting to the point of the game, Kobe, where everybody's just full on items anyway. So, this kind of golden stuff doing a whole lot for me.
Yeah, gold doesn't matter. The inflation is through the roof. You can't even hold any more items here. Everybody approaching level 18. The supports almost even approaching. 17 for Poome, 16 for Aphromoo.
That's the true measure of how crazy this game is. Supports are nearing max level. You never see that.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, we are selling boots now as well. I saw them disappear. Johnsun actually thinks better of it, though. He undoes that sell on the boots, gets them right back, and let's get back out to another fight because, you know, late game, you get an actual team fight win, you can just run it through to the Nexus here. Bases are already exposed. They've got one more big one in them.
And you saw Luger just sell the Guardian Angel that doesn't have the cooldown ready anyway.
Yep.
He has Lord Dominic's Regards now for extra armor penetration, so he can gun through that Trundle there on the front line that has the Frozen Heart, has the tabbies, all this other good stuff.
Oh, he's going for a pick. Look at this Twitch. Twitch movement to the red buff. Could they go for the pick onto Philip? The Baron's not up yet. They have a little window of time.
Oh, I thought you were being facetious at first saying he was going to pick the red buff.
No. That is actual opportunity because there was no wards up through there. They could go for the little window. Now Baron is too close to spawning, so you can't commit too far down to the other side of the map. And Philip coming for the flank.
Philip's rotating up. Let's see, can FlyQuest find their moment
behind
here?
him.
Palafox still has Banshee's Veil, that's the thing. There's your Azir turret summoned up. That's something else FlyQuest always has to be aware of. Anytime you're near these turret ruins, Azir has the ability to create these little bases for himself. As, Contractz over the wall, finds a stun on Aphromoo, losing about a quarter of his health here. Trophy goes down from Trundle. FlyQuest regrouping, getting everybody back together.
All right, Philip on the bottom side. Jose takes it.
Jose on the front line still. Nobody fully committing to an engage just yet. Contractz channeling the ulti. Another trophy comes out. Looking to interrupt it here a little bit. Philip goes in, riposts, and then disengages. Philip at about half. Aphromoo doing the same. CLG not significantly injured.
And look at the cooldowns. The Aphromoo Johnsun ultimates used there, as well as Philip from FlyQuest. So CLG know we've won the small battle of the cooldowns for ultimates. Only Dhokla's Gwen ultimate used there.
And Ocean Soul makes it so easy for CLG to have these small back and forth 1-2 punches and disengage. They can heal off that damage, go back and look for more. All their health, all their mana still full. FlyQuest having a little bit of damage still registering as that Azir turret falls on the ruins of the tier 1.
Minions up on top side. Those things doing a lot of damage to the inhibitor right now. CLG trying to keep FlyQuest in the mid while the minions do their work. It's almost done. CLG minions working away.
Philip's going to stop it. He wants to prevent this from going down for free, but CLG's taking the chance. They're going after the bear and seeing Philip up there in the top side. Remember how fast they burn this down. FlyQuest moving up. They don't want to give it away. Philip coming in now for the TP. There's the cooldown CLG was looking for. They bring Philip back here.
They counter TP to the counter TP.
Now they know FlyQuest doesn't have a way to get back in there and match him in time. Dhokla's going for the in-hit, and CLG have found the macro outplay for now. What is FlyQuest's answer as CLG disengages with a full
double TP? They're going for it.
To bring Palafox in. They want to go for the end of the game as FlyQuest are trying to get back to the base. Philip wants to survive, but Palafox wants to stop it. The Nexus turrets are gone. CLG just won the game.
The longest game of the year. CLG triumph over FlyQuest in over 51 minutes.
Longest game of the year with one of the craziest endings. The teleport bait, the Baron bait, the re-TP into the enemy base. Awesome.
CLG continued their longest win streak since 2019. Right into playoffs. They are peaking at the right time.
What a game. Give me more of this. Give me 4 more of these today.
Collecting all the dragons. So many Barons. I don't remember how many now.
3 or 4
Over
or 5 or something. There's a bunch. A lot of purple this game.
And those are the games I really like to watch because the late game scenarios in push and pull with inhibitors and Barons and Elder Dragons even coming to the Rift next really bring into context so much of this map movement.
It's also the part of the game that's least practiced, right? Because it's the part of the game you play most rarely. 6 items, you're not always getting there.
And Dhokla is always willing to finish it with a split push. Always looking for that offensive teleport. The counter teleport from CLG. Such great macro at the end there. They pull them out to Baron. Once they get Philip's teleport, they counter teleport into the inhibitor. Palafox doubles the teleport. They go for the end. Love to see calls like that towards the late game. The confidence there. Melt those Nexus turrets. They fall like paper in the late game there. Once you get past 50 minutes.
Azir was taking off 25% of the health every single time. Just thunk, 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 thunk.
Fun stuff.
That was, honestly, that was just awesome. Like CLG having the confidence and the trust in each other to go for that and finish the game there. Because when you're playing at, this 6-item, 50-minute phase of the game, one big mistake, your death timers are 70 seconds. You're going to have all the time to think about it when you're staring at that gray screen because it's tough. But CLG, they earned the dub on that one. And after the break, High's going pro to pro with Contractz.